Run, run, river, carry me home to the ocean. The river and the road, take me home to the ocean. The friends in my life, like stars in the sky, leave the lights on. I'm trying to get back home, the river keeps on flowing to the ocean. The angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home and Lord. Oh no, angels, angels, please don't leave. I'm trying to get to her with the love she deserves, Lord, please. I've been playing my guitar, laying underneath the stars for you. In the light of the moon, I'll be forever singing tunes for you. When the stars are aligned, like the colors in your eyes, greens and blues. It's not when or whether, we'll always be together, it's true. And the angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home and Lord. Oh no, angels, angels, please don't leave. I'm trying to get to her with the love she deserves, Lord, please. And sometimes I feel like my heart's gonna burst at the seams. And sometimes I think it's just love that we want, oh indeed. And sometimes I feel like I'm leaving too much in my dreams. And sometimes, oh Lord, let it be, let me be whole. How you feel like I'm feeling, searching for the meaning of it all. I spend all my days trying to make some sense of it all. The ocean and the seas and the wind-blown trees are changing. And your love for me is all I need to keep believing. And the angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home and Lord. Oh no, angels, angels, please don't leave. I'm trying to get to her with the love she deserves, Lord.
we're doing next is blessing the drum. And we're going to be putting some sage, white sage, in the 4 directions on the drum. Obviously, we'll start with the east, where the sun rises, and it's our life giver. We cannot live without the sun. And this is the direction that Rich came to us from. It's from the east. Don't forget our cell phones too. The first song will be an honor song. The last words I said to Rich were that he was a good friend. And I consider his friendship a gift. And in return, as indigenous people, we exchange gifts. So this is my gift to Rich.
It's beautiful. Do a song that came to me in a dream. It's my song, and it's a chant. Work will
You guys always hoop and holler on each wave, and so it made it really special.
But as I've been walking in the mornings with Linguini, I've heard so many of you people say that he was your first friend when you got here, and that was so awesome to hear, because he used to accuse me of talking to everybody, and I'm like, no, people talk to me, you talk to other people.
He's got something to say. He's got
Yeah.
something. You ask him about a surfboard, and he's going to tell you the ins and outs of it. But he can't shape with a shit, right? This is the shaper. Well, this last board, he's going, I don't know if this is going to work. It's kind of lopsided.
Can you save it?
You can save it?
Put a little bit of him in that.
Yeah,
There
I
you
put
go.
some aside for you for that. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
You ask my wife, it's been really tough for me. Really tough.
It's tough on a few people. It's weird not seeing him.
The
'Cause he's
emptiness,
always there
yeah,
first.
The emptiness is really bothering
Yeah.
me.
Definitely his charisma definitely lit up the room. Both of you guys' charisma. I mean, you guys definitely lit up the room quite a bit. I remember when he first moved here, that little dead end, which a lot of the people that he sits with now calls Rich's right, because there's a right that just keeps kicking off,
Yep.
and he just can't go the other way. So.
Oops, I did.
He,
You told me about it.
yeah, coming from the East Coast, I can imagine what kind of a surfer he was, because along that New Jersey coast can have some really crazy breaks, and Rich was an excellent surfer. I admired watching him surf. The guy transitioned from board to board so easy. His pop up was so graceful. His wave reading was phenomenal, and you know, talking to Summer, you know, she said she had surfing abilities, you know, before meeting Rich, but man, this gal, I mean, them two surfing together, Summer just seemed like she'd been surfing all her life. Became a great wave reader, rider, pop, just phenomenal watching them two. They two traveled, surfed everywhere, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
You know, that's how it should
quiet
be. No
when someone
matter
wasn't around.
what differences you got in life,
He was a little
you
quiet.
find a commonality and just enjoy it. And that's how Rich was. He made every moment, every room light up with just him being him. That's another thing too. Is just surfing to me is just one of the few things that just brings just the widest variety of people together. You know, nowhere that I have seen a sport could literally bring doctors, nurses, homeless, freaking advocates, political whatever, all together in the same freaking place.
Yep.
And grow as a unit. You know, no matter what the difference were out there, yeah, you might have talks or whatever, but that common thing was surfing. When you're out there, everything was just gone. Everything was disappeared.
We all look the same in the water.
Yes, we
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
The water, except
Exactly.
Rich, except Rich.
Yes.
When he paddled
Oh.
in water.
Yes.
He left a trail of,
Yes.
fan of water, like you wouldn't believe.
And that-
You'd pick him out.
And that's so, it is so
He said
true
he had
amongst,
to do that.
amongst
because his
surfers for
arms
those
are
that
so
don't.
short. His arms are so short, so he just had to like.
Well, I videotaped us on that. And And he was like, is this what people are talking about? And I go,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God.
So that's how, that's how we do recognize each other out in the water. Oh my gosh.
Arms.
Yeah, we do have a hard time recognizing each other outside of the water, outside of our wetsuits, outside of our surfboards, and outside of our style of surfing and paddling. But when we're out in the water, it's so easy to tell. I mean, just like the other day, I'm driving up and I'm watching Summer walking out here, and I remember the board she was carrying, and I could see it way back there. I'm like, I know that board, and it was freaking Summer. And that's just how we recognize each other, just the stuff we do every day.
Yeah.
And we did it every day. And I'm telling you, this crew that Rich gravitated to kept each other going. I mean, these cats, man, I mean, like, every day, Dave, Jeff, and anybody that had the day off, Layla, I mean, wherever, I mean, that's another thing, oh my gosh, that he kept everybody going and everybody kept him going, and that's the thing, that dude charged, he was a charger.
Oh, yeah.
He had a lot of crazy, stupid things, and Dave would just follow his ass. Whatever, I'm going out there. And really? So, back at the start, when he first moved over, I saw him just a few days, I mean, like 3 days in a row. They just arrived. Him and Chaz arrived, and I could see them, they're exercising and everything. Dave and I were paddling out every day. I'm looking at this guy, he's stretching at the dead end, and a lot of times you can tell surfers when you see them. A lot of times you can just tell people that's visiting and observing the ocean, and I could tell. This dude was freaking analyzing everything about the waves, and I was like, oh, it's Dave. I was like, I didn't even know, I never met him, and I looked up at him, said, hey, and he looks down, man, this ocean ain't gonna get any closer, buddy. You might as well just get your ass out there. He was like, yes, and we got him. I mean, he ended up getting stuff, and I hate to say it, I think that was like probably the beginning of the end of that, because I realized after a while, I didn't know, because him and I started taking him to a lot of different places, wherever, Oceano, Shell Beach, wherever it was breaking, just get him after him. But I did not know at the time that his wife was becoming his future ex-wife because she didn't like surfing. And that dude was in it, and he never said anything, man. It was only after he was gonna do it, well, Dennis, she hated surfing. What? But that dude was, and I admired.
He needed that.
Well, no, it's obvious because the way he surfed was ingrained in him. He knew his boards, he knew a lot of things, and a lot of people know a lot of things, but I admired the way he put his package together when it comes to the water and how he approached it. I know back east that he must have charged some really good shit because he's telling me to look at these freaking breaks that his friends are hitting on YouTube and stuff, and it's pretty freaking phenomenal for him to come over here and just to groove. I know, Dave, shared secrets with him because they surfed every day, literally, freaking every day together.
We never talked about you, Dennis.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I'm glad that he freaking gravitated to you guys, man, because you guys honestly kept him going, honestly. Honestly, in the pain and condition that man was, these guys that surfed with him every day, literally, and someone would tell you, kept him going. He kept us going, but literally, through all that he was going through, even Summer sometimes would be confused about the pain that he hid. So just know that he was strong and that he loved us. And of course, he absolutely freaking loved everybody here on the West Coast, and it's freaking amazing, that everybody's here. And I know that he'd be happy to freaking see all the faces here for sure. But I never knew, a lot of us never knew how much pain that the man was just that he hated so well. He was a strong man. He just wanted to keep everybody happy and going. And with that, I love you guys. Thank you, Rich. Thank you for all the freaking great memories, all the traveling, all the places we've gone surfing together. It was freaking, it's been phenomenal traveling with him and surfing and doing the things that we've done together.
Yeah. Well said.
Here.
this group here knows him more, not as a surfer, but as a chef. And a lot of the stuff you say reflected the kitchen as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, you guys all talk about him, like, this great surfer, and I would always make fun of him. I'd be like, bro, you can't surf. Right on.
Good for you.
He'd
Good
show
for
me a
you.
surfboard, and I'd be like, I don't know, man, I gotta see you out there, you know? And unfortunately, I never got to see him out there, you know? He'd always say, one of us has to be in the kitchen, it has to be either you or me, but we can't both step out, like, it's not gonna happen. I was fortunate enough to meet him as a chef after I had given up on having a good chef, you know, and he came in and he showed me what it was like to run a kitchen and have a passion and have a knowledge and you know, like the way that he treated us was, you know, he let us all shine and he'd always say like, man, one day like you're gonna be running the kitchen. I was like, nah, I'd rather let you run it and I'll be your sous, you know. And I had the opportunity to work as his sous, and he was my last chef work under before I left the kitchen. And I remember when he called me, he said, I'm not done teaching you yet. Like, we still got a ways to go. And unfortunately, when Vista didn't work out, you know, I couldn't stay there because I told him I only came to work here because of you. Like, you're the one that brought me out of retirement, and next time that you call, I'll be there. So.
He definitely treated you guys better than us. You never said nice things like that to us.
That would go that
He grabbed every wave. He didn't care about what we thought.
He used to throw shit, you know.
Yeah.
Did he tell you about that? But the first night that we worked together was Valentine's Day, and he was the first, like, he was like, also, like, you know that I can cook, and I was like, all right, man, you know. Somebody got him really mad, and he told me, step back, like, I need some space. And he grabbed a hot pan, and he just threw it. It didn't hit me, it just barely, like, touched me, like, my butt. And ever since then, like, I told him, like, dude, I gotta watch out for you, because you throw hot pans. You know, like, throw hands, you know? But we have some really good memories of him in the kitchen, you know, like, he taught us the same way that we taught him. Like, we always said that we were gonna culture him, and he was our Yoda because he knew everything, and there was, like, he brought us out of the dark times, as he called them. And, so, unfortunately, a lot of other people couldn't make it, but, you know, he did build a very strong kitchen family, as we call it, and he's kept us together, like, really well, you know. Just, I've been avoiding Pismo because, you know, like, just randomly meeting him and seeing him and the glee, it's hard. But thank you for doing this.
Of course, like, wouldn't have it any other way, especially because he would be furious that he had a huge party, so I'm like, we're doing it.
Dave and I and a couple of us were fortunate to see him putting that kitchen together.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I actually got to meet you. I think it was one time that I saw him and he was chatting up
Oh
with you.
my gosh, man. And I can tell, but it's not that I can tell. It's obvious he knew what he was doing because all that, the equipment that he ordered to bring in was just all designed behind his ideas and theories of a kitchen.
You know why they named him Rich, right?
No.
We always told him that they named him Rich because all his food was so tasty and so good.
Ah.
His parents knew that he was full of richness.
Oh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, no.
That's how the duck tacos were born.
Oh, the duck tacos, man.
Bam.
He brought me back with the
That was
olive
good
oil
stuff.
cake.
Oh, I love
Yeah. He'd just be like, here, cheesecake.
It's still my
You know?
favorite.
I always told him that, like, gotta make friends with the baker, and he's like, yeah, well, I can do both.
He still owes me a blueberry cheesecake.
I actually,
The carrot
speaking
cake.
about the food that he makes, we had what we call Sunday Fun Day every Sunday. And everybody'd come over and we'd all bring a dish and stuff. And I would say, you know how intimidating it is to make food for everybody? And so,
No, he was a dick.
I had heard heard that about him. And he said, you know what, Brenda? He says, any food you make is with love, and so it's me. And I was like, from then on, I was like, cool, okay.
Here, have some bologna.
Every single thing you guys say, I know there's time after time in this park, more than just me, where people have a story as well. But I have a wonderful story. I barely knew the man, and there was a ruckus at the park, and I happened to be on the board, and I had to like do something about it, and this one girl, she was pretty crazy. Okay, and so she's coming at me, and Rich comes flying out of his trailer. He says, "I got your back, Brenda." And I'm like, luckily I didn't meet him, but you know, I mean, after that, I could figure out what kind of guy he was, you know. And we have so many stories of our Sunday fun days.
You look forward to that. You look forward to
Did
it.
you
Oh,
guys
that's-
hear about it?
oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I go, what's going on? It's Sunday fun day. Oh yeah. We all knew about Sunday fun day.
Oh, that's
I think
right.
Stephen told me about it. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you should come, and I was like, I don't know. Like,
Because he knows, because I'd say the more the merrier. Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah. And then he brought Summer to Sunday Fun. And we fell in love with her too. And so to us and all of our friends, he was probably younger, you know, and but he was like a son, not only just a cherished friend,
I can
but
see
a
that.
son.
I can see that.
And so he missed like a
Mm. Okay, well, we get started.
Anyone else upstairs?
You know, the thing about Rich was that I didn't get to work with him for that long. It was about a year. But he was a warrior in the back of the house. He brought that, it felt like culture. It felt comfortable. He knew exactly what he wanted out of everything. He ran it, and he ran himself into the dirt as long as he brought that quality. It was all about that quality. The timing was immaculate. Everything ran like clockwork. It was like conveyor belt. Like it was higher than machine work. It just felt how it should be there. And like all the coworkers that had the opportunity to work with under him, we grew exponentially because he was there. And even when he left, we took that knowledge and we just kept passing it along, keeping it going, trying to keep that community back there. After he left, I could feel the change when the new exec chef came in, and I could feel it felt off. It felt off not having it. When he was there, it was family. It was he loved what he did. And you could feel it.
Days after he passed away, I got a phone call. I looked on my cell phone, and it said Rich. Someone had his phone. It was you.
No, I didn't have his phone.
Someone-
No.
Who has his number?
We were looking for it.
I don't
No,
know.
we
I got a
can't find
call.
it.
But it did say Rich, I saw it, and I thought it was you, he answered it, and I thought it was.
He answered
I
it.
don't know which
answered.
number it
Oh,
was.
yeah, oh.
No,
What,
I can't
what
find
day
it.
was
It's on my
that?
cell phone.
It was just a few
Rich.
days
I wonder if somebody.
I don't have that. I would have given it. We're circling back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I keep calling it and still it was going to voicemail for days. Oh,
I
yeah.
thought maybe Dave had his
I would
phone.
give it some.
They find all the phones on the beach.
And glasses and the towels.
Ear pods.
Towel, yeah,
I didn't know that. Alright, that's good info.
Yeah, Linda saw it too. I showed it to her.
Huh.
I said, well, it's probably, somebody in the Addie Street family, you know. It's probably either tell me about the surf and Oceano, how it's working there, or, you know, that's what I thought.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, obviously he cooked dinner every night, and I wasn't allowed. Which I was happy. So, it's funny that you say, as long as it was made with love. That wasn't true with me. Yeah, he was really sick one week. And well, he would get offended if I didn't go back for seconds. Mad. And I'm like, I'm full, Rich. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I had to cook for him one week when he was really, really sick. And you guys heard about it at the wall. But every night there was a comment like, oh, it looks like Helen Keller cut these vegetables. I throw these out, make them start over again. I'm like, you go right ahead, 'cause you're not going to eat. Like, you ever see this served in a restaurant? There's probably a reason why. Every time. It was something else.
You don't want to get too close to your fingers.
Yeah, and then I remember the first time he cooked at the house, and there was stuff on the ceiling. And I'm like, you're like a Muppet. How does this even happen? And he even said, he goes, oh, if anybody was as messy as I was in the kitchen, he goes, I would fire them immediately.
Did he treat you guys like that in the kitchen?
Yeah. He goes, I have a wand. He goes, Juan cleans up after me. I'm like, well, I gotta be your Juan, because this is a mess.
Oh my God.
It's funny that you say that because at work he was always like, I'd be like, no, I got it, I'll clean it up. He's like, no, it's my mess. You're never big enough to clean up after yourself,
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know, it's like, dude, you made a mess. I'm gonna clean it up, and he's like, no, I made the mess, I'm gonna clean it up.
You obviously rank higher than I do.
Like I said, he treats you guys better.
Our department.
Yeah, he
He'd
treats
be
them
like,
better.
Rosalie, and then he'd just be like, all right, I don't know what I said. See, we should have met a long time ago.
I know.
Compared notes from all class.
Well, you make jams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said that you're at farmer's markets. I'm like, oh, let's go. We'll get some of our jams and blah, and we just never ended up making it there.
Yeah.
For one reason.
I
Probably
know
because he didn't want us to exchange in stores.
Right? Yeah. I told him, I was like, well, dude, when I meet her, you realize that we're going to be friends, right? And he was like, oh, no. He's like, you're going to show her the ways that I don't want you to show her. I'm like, I don't know about that.
That's too funny.
But yeah, I feel like we're going to be friends.
Yes.
Jam.
Yeah.
I know, I'm
What
like,
kind
I
of jam? What?
Yeah, the last time I saw him was he was walking with me by Daniel's house, actually. I'd gone to check up on Daniel, and I saw a chef walking with Weenie, and I was like, dude, I have a jam for you. I've been looking for you. And he was like, well, this is a real coincidence, because I never walk my dog over here, And yeah, I gave him a small 4-ounce blueberry jam. I always gave him blueberry jam for some reason.
And that's my favorite, that's crazy.
Doesn't sound
Very
too bad. It
encouraging.
sounds pretty good,
Very
actually. Blueberry jam.
So delicious, especially.
Sorry. Just want to say something about Rich.
Oh.
I didn't know Rich that well, and I did not know what he was going through. And but he always seemed like he was so much concerned about you, like me, and everybody, more than himself. And I had knee issue. I tell everybody, but every time I saw him, he's like, hey, how you doing, man? Get better. And it just resonated with me. And I remember the last vision I have of him. I was riding my bike down the street, right out in the front here. And he was pulling out from the 7-Eleven in his car, and it was like a rainy day, and he saw me, and he's like, yeah! I'm like, you're on your bike again! But it's just like that, that thought, thinking about other people more than himself. That's really great.
That's very true.
Yeah.
He did. He always, yeah.
On that note, I'm not good at talking in front of people.
You're fine.
I remember the day that he was going to go out with you, and we was in Oceano parking lot, and he was so excited that he'd met a new girl, and it was you. And
I introduced.
I can picture it like it was yesterday. Him just so happy that he was going out on a date, and you're the one he was going out with. I want to say it was during COVID, right, somewhere mixed in there. But yeah, just so many good memories. I always saw him in Oceano almost every morning. First people down there. So I just wanted to share that.
Aw,
Yeah.
Well, Well, here's something to add to the hot summer. When Rich finally found out that you were single, kind of.
And how to let me in.
There. So yeah, at the very beginning, yeah, Dave was trying to, everyone was trying to set them up, but they were also teasing Rich, you know, saying that she doesn't like men. and so Rich would have that in the back of his mind. And then finally, I guess Dave.
Okay, so. I'll take over. Okay, so I paddle out and I see Summer and I go, in the back of my head I go, hey, that's good. Rich kind of likes her. So, Summer, hey, how's your family? He goes, no, oh, I have been married. Married? Yeah, with this some guy.
She's not a lesbian.
I don't have Rich! Go for it.
She's not a lesbian. She likes me and Rich. He's like, what? Yeah, she was married. She
He
likes
had a little
men.
pep to his step too after that. He was like, and
He
then
went
boom,
to
he hit it off.
the soiree, Rich.
It was good. 2 months later, I love you too. Wow, man. That was awesome. That was good.
We only said that because
glad I had her for
she
that.
was just a hard pounder, never seen
Yeah.
her with anybody. She minded her own, but she would just start. So everybody just teased Rich. Oh, dude, you don't have a chance. She didn't like men.
That's hilarious.
Which is nice not to have those dating apps anymore.
When he was at Lido, he's like, I'm not gonna be in a relationship. Nah, never. He'd make fun of us. And I'm like, you can find someone. He's like, nah, I hate people.
We both hated people.
As much as he hated people, he loved
But he
people.
always treated you guys better.
Yeah, apparently.
That's
I'll
good.
take it. Too funny,
Yeah.
too funny, too funny. Yeah.
We did rip on him for a bit for using dating apps.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's funny. Did he show you guys what I think about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee,
Wait,
strong coffee.
and you say, oh, I have a sister.
I had told him like when he would talk about Summer in the beginning, you know, he'd be like, oh, this chick, you know, and then what, like, I think it was like 2 weeks later, I was like, bro, let's call things by what they are, dude. She's your girlfriend. And he just like looked down and he got like super red. He's like, yeah. It was the cutest thing ever.
That's awesome.
I have a quick one.
Yeah.
So I lost my best friend Andy in September, and somebody stole his dog. And I remember I felt all this pressure on me because Andy was young and healthy, and I didn't expect that to happen. And now I felt like I had to help his dog, and so I go to the parking lot, and Rich is like, well, do you know where the dog is? I go, yeah, I think I do. I think it's like a block from Oceana where you're staying. And he goes, all right, let's go get it. He goes, we're not coming back without that dog. And my wife looks at me and she goes, there's got to be a less violent way than this.
I called you to make sure I didn't bail money.
But I felt this weight lift off my shoulders, and that's what Rich, like all of a sudden I just felt like we're gonna have the dog back, you know, and it was such a good feeling. And then I went a less violent route, got Dennis to help me. I just wanted to share that. Rich was a good friend.
He was.
Yeah, we got the dog.
Yeah, he was ready to fight.
He knocked out a pit bull.
Yeah.
That's the only guy I've ever heard of in my life that actually knocked a pit bull out.
And all he had was a towel around his waist, right? All he heard was the dog yelling and somebody yelled, Rich, go get the dog.
I mean, their head's like a block of concrete, you know, he knocks the damn dog out. It's a pit bull.
It's a massive pit bull.
You don't want to screw with.
I do remember giving him a pretty hard time at Oceano when he got there, which wasn't unusual for other people too, but it was like don't you belong on the south side? What are you doing over here? You know? And then with Tyler and Dave and everybody, you know, they were kind of able to, and you, to kind of bring everybody together, and he just immediately fit in there. Which is kind of a unique crew, and there's people that go to different beaches, but he definitely became a part of our area over there. And, you know, it wasn't the wall, but it was Oceano. And his personality is just so big. And, you know, I remember one time making this zucchini pie that was like one of my favorites. And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to give some of this to Rich. Like, out of all the guys that liked it, I'm like, Rich is probably gonna really appreciate this. And then for like forever, like for years after that, he'd be like, that guy can cook. You need to try his pie. Like, and I was like, you know, he's complimenting me. He's a chef. Yeah, I work in a hospital, and he's telling me how good I am. Like, and we always had that little fun kind of relationship where I would give him a hard time once in a while. He expected it, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then we would have, you know, personal conversation too. And, I think that's what makes, you know, like Dennis was saying, our beach community, you know, with all of our different places where we work and just our beliefs and everything. But like you said, when you put your suit on or your, you know, our little crew down there, it's pretty special.
I wouldn't say it's little.
Yeah, well, that shows you how many, you know, people he definitely affected.
I look forward to going surfing to see you guys. Absolutely.
Yeah, we just exchange a friendly bird every time we see each other on the water. And then we drop in on each other laughing.
We love when you were hitting him with the paddle that one day. We talked about that forever.
That was like it. We shared a lot of good waves, a lot of the same waves together. I don't know a lot of, or some of you, I don't know most everybody here, but I hydrofoil, so we would catch waves together and have a great time. He wasn't scared of me, which was kind of nice.
No.
I was trying to scare everybody away, but Rich wasn't scared, so we were just dropping with each other.
We know how you are, and I remember seeing you flying by. I'm flying!
But yeah, we had a.
That's cool.
When I first met Rich, actually, I met him as a chef. He was coming by the parking lot, and he was wearing like it looked like he escaped from prison. It was like a striped hat on a stone bicycle. And so that's how I first met him, and then was him riding his bike to work, checking the surf, and he shared a story about him being stopped by the cops because he's like black clothes, riding around town, you know, trying to explain to them that he's going to work, and of course they were, but you know, asking about his bike, so that's how I met him, and we became pretty good friends, and then we started skating together in the parking lot, getting busted, so good time.
Good time. What do you think?
Any more stories, or should we start eating?
Let's go.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing everything.
Summer, I want to do just a little bit.
Okay.
So, Rich talked to everybody, because I'm not a surfer, and I'm a lot older than him. And we bonded over the dog, you know, because Linguini looks a lot like my dog, and, you know, that's how we started talking 3.5 years ago. And I told Summer, I said, he was the first person who was actually friendly, you know, down here, because I knew no one when we moved here. So, he was a great guy, friendly to everybody, talked to everybody, and that corner, that was the magnet. And all the friends gathered there, so I met many of you because of Rich. So, my next summer. So, anyway, we'll miss him. Yeah, we're gonna miss you too.
I'll be back eventually.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Who knows? Gotta find a cartel member to buy a gun. I know, Rich is like, wait, your plan is to find the people you want to protect yourself from and get a gun from them. And I said, yes, that's the plan. And he was like, I have no doubt you're going to make that happen.
I'm here to take your money, but I want to buy that gun. Okay, I get money either way.
Hey, I'll give you a little extra. All right, well, thank you everyone, and I love that you're here, and I know he's here, and I hope everyone can make it to the paddle out, south side of the parking lot, 8:30. Next weekend. Alright, eat.
Yeah, yeah.